I had this really awesome breakthrough, I guess. I don't know how else to call it. But it was kind of a large string of things that happened. But it started kind of with a situation that called for forgiveness, as most things do. And I was just running up against a lot of resistance. I felt willing to see it differently, but I also felt attached or like an attraction to the guilt that I wanted to project, and I wanted the other person to be wrong and to apologize, and I really tried to dig deep to find where that was coming from. And it really boiled down to for me was pride. I realized, I wasn't letting go of my pride, and that's a silly thing to not let go of pride for the peace of God. I mean, one is nothing and one is everything. But so I was kind of sitting with that, and then I was reading some of A Course in Miracles, and some other light bulbs just hit me as I was reading it, and it kind of led me to the experience of being thought by God. And I realized for so long in my life, especially my spiritual journey, I've been trying to think my way into awakening, think my way into enlightenment, just think the right thoughts, think the right series of thoughts, just remember the right thought for this situation. And it just all melted away as I experienced that I am thought by God, and there is no thoughts that exist in that experience, because I do not think, I am thought. And when I rest and I tune into that channel, into that experience, I just feel myself flooded with beingness, I guess. And it fills me, and then everything slows down a bit, and I just don't feel like I have to do anything or think anything. Everything is being done, everything is being thought, and I am just present. And it's just been really fun to continue to tap into that experience subsequently, and I'll be like in a chaotic business meeting, and I'll just be resting in that flow of just being thought, and everything is so much more peaceful and relaxed. And I feel like most of my life, I have not wanted to give. It just was not something that came naturally to me. And as I rest in that, you don't give because you feel empty, because you can't give what you don't have. So you feel like you can't give because you don't have, or that you will lose what you have if you give. And mostly that is on a give of myself level. And I notice as I tune into and reside in that flow of relaxing, because like when I relax into being thought, instead of feeling like I have to think myself up, or I realize that like all my thinking does is trying to prove my existence as an ego. And when you just relax and let that go, I'm removing the barriers that I put up to remembering I'm just being thought by God, and I don't have to think myself up. And when I'm in that flow, then you overflow. And then it doesn't even feel like you're giving necessarily. You are just being led and being guided, and being, whatever is coming through you or happening through you is not you. It's the source extending seemingly through your body, but that's not it either. It's just the presence of what is. And the form of it seems to be something, but that's not what it is. And that's been really helpful for me to tap into. And then more and more, breakthroughs, so to speak, followed, which were just like, there's nothing I need to do. There's nothing I need to think in order to awaken. Awakening is this moment. Enlightenment is this moment in which I relinquish my attempts to think up myself, to validate my existence. It's simply resting in that sweet spot, so to speak, that channel of being thought by God, by being in effect of God, and not needing to be a cause of anything. I don't need to be the cause of my awakening. I am just an effect of God. And in that awareness, do I recognize or re-know the truth. It's flippin' awesome. And all of the worldly striving falls away. And I am. I know sometimes I would hear people say things like this, and then it doesn't click for me, but I clicked. And now I get to have fun practicing tuning into that channel of being thought by God, which feels great. And let it lead me.